Yo, CT, I'm here with Word4Word. You're here on TV, and you about to check out Indie Days.
Man, it's hard when they don't get it. I've been hard since the beginning. Every bar and every sentence, whip the rods in the kitchen. In this pot, this shit is different. What I'm brewing, niggas feel it. It's the realest I've been feeling. I'ma talk it cause I live it.
Man, it's hard when they don't get it. I've been hard since the beginning. Every bar and every sentence, whip the rods in the kitchen. In this pot, this shit is different. What I'm brewing, niggas feel it. It's the realest I've been feeling. I'ma talk it cause I live it. Sometimes I pick song titles based off what the producer already call the beat when they send it. It was just like, okay, this the last song, ending of the project. It was like, alright, ending days. I was like Skippy, but I always feel overlooked in what I do, rapping and whatnot. It was just like, man, I'm hard. I don't care what nobody say. I know I got it. Like, my confidence is there, and that's kind of like what them opening bars was. It's just like pushing a nigga right in his face. Just.
I'm a god in the flesh, you can put a hole in my chest. It's my soul, bleed what's left, I never did it for a check. I'ma die from all respect and all the worries I address. I ain't worried, I'm the best, and I've been living with my stress.
You know, that set of bars right there was just like, I'm always comfortable with myself. As I said in the first few, like, the confidence is there. I feel like I'm godly with what I do. Like, I just know that I'm one of them. As cats kind of say, like, I am who I am, and you know, from everything that I've been through, you know, from my personal life to the ups and downs and stuff that we go through as artists and writers and, you know, musicians and whatnot. It's just like, man, I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this every time I step into the studio. Every time I sit down to write a song, it's just like, you know, it's there. Like, you know, and all the worries, like I said, all the worries I address, like anything anybody feel like they need to be concerned with, or, you know, they got something to say about CT, like, we can air that shit out. Like, I'm gonna put it right there, put it in your face. Like, I ain't got nothing to hide behind. I ain't got nothing to, you know, try to run behind and whatnot. Like, I'm right here with it.
In every given test, it's a life that I attest. Made it happen without a cosign. They mad that I'm a threat. It's a level disconnect. Niggas moving like they rookies. What I'm spewing such a vet.
I did everything I did without nobody behind me. You know, outside of the group of people that I work with closely. You know, I came into this blindly one day and just said, you know, I'm gonna make music, right? And I feel like I'm pretty successful for who I am and the endeavors that I've chosen to put myself into with the group of people that I work with every day from the time that I started. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. I ain't never had no backing. Everything is off my dollar, off my pocket, my name, and, you know, my own hard work. Like, I ain't never asked nobody for nothing. If CT don't put it and put it together, it ain't gonna get done. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much that goes into being who you are as an artist and knowing who you are. And I think a lot of artists don't have that in their heads yet, and that's why I came with that bar in particular. Like, it's a level disconnect because it's a lot of cats that just make music and they don't understand who they are as an artist. You know, take out the part of knowing who you are as a person, even though knowing who you are as a person plays a big part in who you are as an artist. But when you know who you are as a person, it's a lot easier to establish yourself as an artist.
Dialogue and I direct, and I've been standing on they necks. Ain't no motherfucking outro, let's a nigga catch some wrecks. So all you niggas talking reckless, let's just leave it where it's at.
Dialogue and I direct, like, it's just like, I'm gonna talk my shit, like, and I'm gonna let you know, like, this is what it is. I'm gonna put it right here. Like I said, it's gonna always be in your face when I do it. Like, that's just me being direct, as I said, and standing behind what I say. And I've been standing on their necks, and ain't no motherfucking outro unless a nigga catch some wreck. Like, I like to do my intros and my outros in the aspect of just, I don't like them tracks to have no hooks. I don't like them tracks to be too caught up in the moment of being a song. Like, I really want to just go on them. You know, I try to do that for all outros and intros. If I ain't got to put no hook on it, if a hook don't come in the creative process and me writing a song, I'ma just float on that shit. Like, that's just my thing. Like, to just be direct on outros and intros, just punch them out.
Cause I'm prepared to do the time for all the shit that I'm gon' catch. What the fuck did you expect?
So all you niggas talking reckless, let's just leave it where it's at. Cause I'm prepared to do the time for all the shit that I'm gonna catch. What the fuck did you expect? That's really just me saying, like, man, I really was at a point with a couple people in my life, like, I'm just tired of niggas talking the shit that they be talking about. Certain shit behind closed doors, or how motherfuckers run the social media and they like to throw subs, and you know they ain't gonna put no name on it, but motherfuckers know who they is, and they know what they saying, and they know how they move. I ain't the person that's like all drama. Like, I don't go there with people unless I really need to. But if I gotta go there, then I know what's gonna come behind that, and it's just like I'ma leave that shit alone most of the time, because most people ain't got nothing to lose. Me in particular, with the stuff that I do and how I live my life, like, I got something to lose. Like, I ain't saying that don't nobody else got nothing to lose, but most people in particular, they act how they act because they ain't living for nothing. They ain't got no reason to do nothing positive. They ain't got no reason to care about anything, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I do. So let's just leave this alone. But if it go there, then I'm okay with what's gonna come behind it, and I'm gonna live with that. So this track right here, Ended Days, is from my project from Auntie's Basement that I cooked up with my dog, my brother, one of my aces, my nigga Wing Beats. The title of the project is like from Auntie's Basement. We used to always be at Bruh Auntie house, like right around the corner from my crib, and we used to be in the basement just freestyling and smoking the beats. Like, so I had came up with the concept like from Auntie's Basement, and I'm just like, bro, you remember we used to be in the basement and you used to just play beats? Like, I kind of just wanted to do a project with his production, and just from the nostalgia of them times where we was just rapping and bullshitting around. He was sending me beats over for the project, and I picked a few that I picked out. Like I said, when I heard that beat in particular, I just knew, like, that's gonna be the outro. I knew for a fact, like, I wanted that to be the last track. Outside of that, like, it was just a nostalgia thing for me, like, from the good memories I had of being in the basement at his auntie crib, and, you know, the love I felt when I used to go over there, and how his auntie would embrace us and let us be who we was, and she didn't have a problem with us being kids, doing the things that we did, because she knew, you know, all we needed was a safe spot to do it in. I mean, because a lot of kids, they out here doing what they do because they can't do it at the crib. If their parents would just let them do certain shit at home, you know what I mean, half of the stuff that go on now wouldn't even go on because they could just be themselves in the crib. And she knew that for us. Like, all we wanted to do was roll up some weed, sit in the basement, crack some jokes, and smoke and rap. And she was cool with that. She knew what we was doing. You know what I mean? We'd be over there doing what we do for hours. She never came in the basement to ask for nothing. She knew when we left, we was gonna say bye, give her a hug, show her love, and, you know, she made sure we was safe. She gave us a spot to be ourselves in. And that's kind of where that project came from, and how the project came about, and how the songs came about off that project in particular. I mean, if you want to check that project out, you can check me out on all streaming platforms. C.T. My entire catalog should be available for you to stream and for you to check out.
Niggas wrong, I stood correct. Had to suffer through them times. They see me off to know it best. To know my mind was in my heart for all the shit that's coming next.
Niggas wrong, I stood correct. Had to suffer through them times to see me off to know it best. To know my mind was in my heart for all the shit that's coming next. You know, them few bars in particular was just like, I'ma always stand on mine and be a man about the things that I'ma do and the things that I'ma say. It's been plenty of times where I feel like cats have been wrong in some of the things they say, so it was just like, niggas stood wrong, I stood correct, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always gonna be 100 about how I feel and the situations that I'm in. And most of the time, most people ain't genuine in those type of actions. And that's kind of like why I said, I stood correct. Like, I've always been the person to be upfront and wholehearted in my feelings and how I'm gonna do things, as I said before. And it's just like, that's where I'm at with it.
Put it all on the grind for these niggas that I'm with. And if I'm wrong, then it's right, cause it's the life that I'm gon' live.
Put it all on the grind for these niggas that I'm with. And if I'm wrong, then it's right, cause it's the life that I'm gonna live. It's just like, for me and my people, like, whatever come next with the music, whatever it may be, like, I'm gonna put it all on the line for them, like, my family, my girl, my team that I'm with now. Like, everything we do is about the hard work that we do to maintain our brands and our prestige and our artistic abilities. Like, if you doing this, if you ain't 100% in it, then there's no point to do it. Like, I see a lot of cats always say, man, I was just in the studio one day. Like, me in particular, I ain't that guy. Like I said, I've been writing since the 4th grade. Like, I started rapping in the 8th. For me, it's a passion, it's a love, it's an outlet where I go when I need to express certain things, from looking at the world or looking at my life. Some of the stuff that I go through on a day-to-day, like, it's where I come to vent.
Every song and every vice and everywhere that I done been, I really take this to the ribs. And if they asking what it costs, I tell these niggas it's a bit. Wouldn't make it where I been, let's just not fucking pretend.
Every song and every vice and everywhere that I done been, I really take this to the ribs. And if they asking what it costs, I tell these niggas it's a bid. Wouldn't make it where I've been, let's just not fucking pretend. What can you say that's heavy enough to make a closing statement? And every song I done wrote, every vice in my life, every situation I done been in, I done put myself in, or situations that just come because you doing certain shit and you doing certain things, it was like what it is. And it's just like, man, I take all that shit to my chest. Like, I really take this to the ribs. Like, this is me. Like, ain't no faking, ain't no flaws. Like, this is 100% genuinely me. Like, I done been a little bit of everywhere, I done did a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? I ain't saying I'm the most this and the most that, or I done did this and I done did that, but I done did enough and I know enough to know that this it's not a game.
Day 1, I was all in. Day 2, I took all in. Day 3, I made no friends. Day 4, I just went and crushed some fucking heads. In the days, in the phase. All I'm really talking is just in the days, in the phase, in the days. Pray to God they hear me, I'm in the phase.
Day 1, I was all in. Day 2, I took all ins. Day 3, I made no friends. Day 4, I just went and crushed some fucking heads. In the days, in the phase. Everything for me with my rap and incorporation of where we from is the 4. Like, our area code for Milwaukee is 414. 4 is real symbolic to me in that way. Like, I always use the number 4 for a lot of things. From day 1, I was all in. Like, from the time I stepped in the booth and said I'm gonna rap, it was just like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be upfront with it. I'm gonna be honest about it. Do my thing, and I'm gonna give it all I got at every chance I get, every shot I get to shoot. Like, it's gonna always be all the way in. Ain't no front, ain't no playing no games about it. Like, we here, and this is what we came to do. Day 2, I took all in. Like, every road I had to take, every question I had to ask, every opportunity I was given, like, whatever it was, I took it. Day 3, I made no friends. Like, if you ain't in my circle, I don't really mess with you. Like, it ain't no knock to nobody, but I'ma move with the people I move with, and I'm okay with that. I ain't gotta go get nobody else. I don't really want nobody else. I'm comfortable with my circle. I'm comfortable with the people that believe in me. And day 4, I just went and crushed some fucking heads. If you in my way, you getting rolled on. I'm gonna handle my business on this mic. I'm gonna handle my business in this booth. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dog Zilla too, man. Like with his clothing line, man. This entrepreneur tee is part of his brand with what he do with. And you know what I mean? It's good that I got to put this on and do something special with it. You know what I mean? Like y'all need to go shop with my dog, man. 'Cause Space Trap is it. It's really something special my nigga got going on. So y'all see this tee, holla at me, hit me. I can get you connected with bruh. Get you an entrepreneur tee, because that's what we do this for, to be young entrepreneurs. I mean, shout out to the team, Flourish, my nigga Streets, my nigga Maul, you know, the whole gang, the family over here, my shit just enough. And everybody that's involved with what I do, man, I love y'all. Shall we rockin'? Yo, it's CT. You just checked out Word4Word with Unity TV. Y'all just tuned in for Ending Days.
See me off to know it best, to know my mind was in my heart for all the shit that's coming next. Put it all on the grind.